So yesterday I actually showcased my bunny build and how well it performed in the 400 dungeon. It's literally just a mobbing build. It's not meant to be against bosses. I think bunny in general doesn't mean it doesn't play well against any boss except I think the obstructor because she can help defend his spheres. And now I'll actually go over each module one by one and why I picked them. Uh, let's start with the ultimate mods because I feel like they matter the least on Bunny, except again, high voltage, only against Obstructor. I think that's his name. Let me check. Yeah, Obstructor, because it can defend very, very well. That's it. That's literally it. Other than that, I would actually not suggest taking Bunny into any boss fight. Now, moving on. Uh, the downside about high voltage is, and why you can't take it in the 400 dungeons, it changes your 3 ability. Like here, it highlights, by the way, what it changes. It changes your 3 ability so that it can only hit 3 monsters at a time. The max hit in the lighting and mission sections, if you go to max hit, it only says 3 monsters. While if you have like the normal bunny going on for you, you hit any amount of monsters. Even if it's like 10,000 monsters inside your range, they're all hit with your circle. And then electric charge, it basically changes your passive. Your passive is just usually double jumping makes damage. However, this even amplifies it some more. It doesn't really amplify it with like a crazy amount. It makes it so that it charges. Obviously, you need to be hitting enemies for it to activate. But right now it's at 0% if you look at the battery symbol right here. It's at 0, but when you hit enemies, it actually does charge up and do more damage. And then finally, this is honestly my favorite. It changes your ult. It changes your ult from like the normal beam to basically a 5 second of charge up, and then Bunny just explodes. The reason I like it, if you read in the skill effect, the damage is basically 2000% increase. So like if you divide that by 100, it's basically the damage is just multiplied 20 times. On top of that, like per 10% of electricity retained, the charge that you guys have, it adds skill power 15%. But honestly, I feel like that's a scam. I don't really feel like I do that much more damage when I'm charged up. Maybe because it's already such a high skill power damage modifier. But like usually without anything, you can see how the damage here is just like by 500%, and then it says it increases level 2, level 3. But again, the amplification, I really never felt like they're actually increasing my damage that much. So back to where I'm at. Obviously here, I have power increase, singular amplification, decimator, electricity amplification, focus and singular, even spear and shield. All these are like my main damage things. But for starters, I'll show what I actually started with. For starters, I actually started with focus on electric and focus on singular, and I gave them a shot. Like they were just there at the start, and I think I played. I forgot what I played here, but like nothing too serious for damage. Like let me see, maybe it will remind me. I'm pretty sure I played skill expansion, MP conversion, just to test out how much damage this would do. I then added the other two mods, which is amplification, singularity amplification, and tech amplification. Sorry, electric amplification. Where is it? Yeah, here. I then experimented with it like that to see how much damage I'm doing, and surprisingly enough, power increase came on top of focus on electric. Like I ended up testing power increase. Where is power increase? It came up on top of focus on electric when it came to damage, so I stuck with it. Okay, I then also decided to add Decimator because it's just such an amazing mod when it comes to farming, whether it's Freyna or Bunny. Even though I don't play it on Freyna, maybe I'll do another video for Freyna. It's just perfect for Bunny. Because when you just read what it does, defeating an enemy gives you a skill power modifier plus 5%. You know, but this stacks up to 10 times and you have it for 10 seconds. So whenever you kill someone, there's a chance to proc this and it stays with you for 10 seconds. basically 50% power increase. It's basically just like another one of those just slapped in there. And then Spear and Shield, it just adds this flat damage of 8%. It doesn't really do much other than that. If you level it, again, only defense is going to be leveling up. For singular amplification, sorry, let's go into focus singular first. You get 68.2 singular skill power, and then you get some cooldown, which is amazing. And this is why I was playing focus on electric at the start, by the way, just for that extra cooldown, because I was trying to match the cooldown. Because this ability, it stays for 20 seconds. Oh, I was playing nimble. I remember, I was playing nimble at the start. I was trying to match the cooldown of this ability so that I can basically spam it, and I got it to be like 20 seconds, which is like perfect. You don't feel that half a second. However, I wanted it to be a little bit faster, so I actually ended up with MP conversion, I think is the name. Yep, MP conversion. As you don't really feel like the MP deduction, that it's only 15%, but it does magic for the cooldown. Like, look at that. Now I'm at 17% with more damage. I also think I was actually just running at the start here. Focus on electric, which is, you can see, obviously max it also does like 68.2, and skill cooldown is like 6.1. I have the maxed one. Okay, let me just do this real quick so you can take a look how it's actually building at the start. So where did it go? Why am I tripping? Here. So I was actually at 15, and I think I was also running nimble at the time. So I was getting such a crazy cooldown that I felt like I feel like it was at 7 seconds or 8 seconds. I told myself, why am I even doing that? Like, I was just pushing for cooldowns, but I didn't really need that much cooldowns. This is when I got rid of nimble. I got rid of focus and electric. I went with power increase. And then there's a calculator online from a YouTuber. Sadly, I forgot his name, but I think the website for the calculator is CowAI. I started testing out different things to see if maybe like I need more damage, but I realized I have already way more damage than I will ever need, and the cooldown is just perfect for literally all the abilities, even like the ultimate, you know, like cooldown of 17.2 seconds. That's crazy. So I just decided to stick with what I have, and I just added some more like quality of life mods, let's call them that. Increased HP, obviously for survivability. MP collector, so I don't keep running out of mana and I can just run infinitely in that 400 dungeons like you guys saw yesterday. Not infinitely, but almost infinitely. And skill range. Obviously skill range, you can replace it with maximize range if you want the extra. I think like it gives 94%. Why am where is it? Here we go. Yeah, 94 instead of like 92. It's up to you, but it ruins your skill power. Honestly, Bunny as she is, she's overkill. Like, so if you really, this build is overkill. If you want the extra range, sure, you can replace Spear and Shield. You only lose like, actually you technically lose 28 because this takes down 20 and then you're taking away the 8. But again, it's not that big of a deal. You can afford to lose it for that little bit of extra range. And that's basically an MP collector for the mana. When defeating an enemy, instantly recover 12.2% of the mana at a 17% chance. And by the way, something about Decimator, like you see how this mentions at a 17% chance? Decimator doesn't always proc when I kill an enemy for some reason. Like sometimes I would kill an enemy and it doesn't proc, so I feel like this is also at a chance. So I don't know, it's a little bit interesting to me. Maybe they forgot to add it here. So here you get 50% more power. Here you get 65 for electric, specifically for electric. Singularity, you get 61 here, and then you get 68 here, which adds up to a total of 129.5. Let me just save this real quick. Why does it say negative 8.2? Yeah, here we go. Your skill power, my skill power total, is like all the abilities that add skill power, becomes 73.1. And this is just basically a new modifier because I already have electric skill power, which is at 65.4, which comes from electrical amplification, and that's it. And then it's critical hit damage and critical hit rates. You don't really care about those. They can go down as much as you want. My skill cooldown is at 42%, which is amazing. MP only goes down by 15%, and my defense, which is going to increase even more because I'm planning to stick with Spear and Shield, by the way. I don't really care that much about the range, but maybe I will, who knows. And basically up my defense. Do I have a maxed Spear and Shield? I think I don't. But I think it goes up to almost 100% extra defense. And my max HP now is at 200%, so I feel like I can comfortably play a lot of dungeons. Like here it's at 7k. Obviously you can take this higher. Ooh, something I almost forgot to mention. These are really important if you want to do as much damage as I did. Because here you can read, when you have the 4 set, the completed 4 set, you get skill power, 26.1% extra skill power. So this is like a modifier on top of this. So technically I almost have 100% more skill power. And then, but for an increased skill cost of like 15%, which you don't really feel, especially if you're playing like farming dungeons. For like these 400% dungeons, you're just gonna find a lot of the blue mana refills, and you're gonna be picking them up without even feeling that you picked them up. So it's all chill. But here I already have max MP on this one, and here I have max HP over the defense and max HP. Here giving me max shield and more defense. Sadly, I couldn't get like a gold defense. I'll probably try and farm it later. And here max HP, max shield. And honestly, you can. It's fine if you keep the purple things because these are not hard to farm. They're just annoying to farm because I think you get the Slayer from the Obstructor that I just mentioned. No, not Obstructor. You get it from Pyromaniac. He's actually really easy. You can solo this guy if I'm not wrong. Wait. Pyro. Yeah, you can definitely solo this guy. Just find like a good Freyna build for bossing, or like a good Enzo build for bossing, and go, or a Haley even. You can just literally finish him in 10 seconds with Freyna or Haley, and life is good. And you just farm as much of the Slayer sets as you want, but it gets boring, and that's why I stopped at this. Anyways, I think that covers it for like explaining the build. If I missed anything, like hit me up, tell me what I missed, and I'll mention it.